Hello from Varadero, Cuba, in our hotel resort. Today we are on a sugar, tobacco and rum tour of Cuba. We're getting picked up, supposed to be 3 minutes ago, for an all-day tour around various factories with sugar, tobacco and rum. So join us as we learn the history of the 3 most important things in Cuba's, or commodities, or services or products that they produce.
Together. So I said then that 12 kilometers from Varadero we have the city of Cárdenas. So we are going there, and one of the things we are going to do is to visit a sugar factory. Okay, an old one that is a museum today, but with all the machines that you are going to learn the process to make sugar in Cuba.
And here I am on the first stop of the sugar, rum and tobacco tour. We are in an old sugar factory which has now been preserved as a museum. I believe this is from the 1800s all the way up until recently, 20 years ago in 2002, where it ceased production. So there's a small sugar plantation here. We will get to see how the old macheteros, I think they were called, the people that used to cut the sugar cane with machetes, to see the traditional practices. Have a tour of the factory, see how things work, and we also get to ride in one of the old steam trains. There's 26 steam engines here, 2 from Germany and 24 from America, all dating back to the early 1800s. I think. Don't quote me on that. So the tour was with Gaviota Tours. Got picked up from a hotel on a coach. $85 per person, and included in this you get a tour of the sugar factory. We then go and see how the sugar is then made into the rum in the rum factory. We go for some lunch, and then we go to Varadero town, where we visited yesterday, to try a few of the rums from the rum house, and then we'll also then go to Varadero Marina, where we get to see cigars being traditionally made. So yeah, fun-filled day hopefully. But yep, this is our first stop. I'm just in the back of the factory here now, near a steam engine. I just got roped into taking a photo one by some guy. I had to give him 50 pesos, which is about 50 pence or 40 pence.
So it is, as I said, it is very important to know that the sugar production or manufacturing is very related to our history. So that's why in 2003, after closing the factory, it was a decision then that this could be a very good museum then to know about all this. So one of the main attractions here, as you can see, is this collection of steam machines. It was in 1837 where we started the production or the manufacturing of sugar increased. It was better and better after 1837, after introducing the steam machines in our country. And the one we are going later, the one we are going to take later, it's an American steam machine from 1916. So this statue you see here is representing the machetero. You already know the machetero is the one who works in the plantation in charge of cutting the sugar cane. Okay, so let's see then a real machetero. Okay, let's go to the plantation. Okay, so Jorge Luis, our machetero, so he did this work for about many years, okay? And then today he works here at the museum. Okay, so you see then this small plantation of sugar cane, and now you're going to know the way of planting the sugar cane. So then the seeds of the sugar cane is the same sugar cane, okay? So it means that this is what we are going to plant. We are going to cut it in the different parts, taking care of this. Let me show you these parts here.
Oh, yeah.
This side.
You see?
Sí,
Yeah,
tiene nudo
from
y tiene
these,
una yema
parts,
en él. Bueno,
the plant is going to start growing.
una vez colocadas
So after covering it the soil, then 60 days later we start to see the plant. So to be ready for the harvest, it's going to need about a year, okay, to have it like this.
Ahora,
So then it will be, the sugar cane will be better, more sweet. So it means that sweeter, then we can make more sugar. So it will be between December and May, which is our winter, you know? Our winter, our.
bueno, el 95.
Most of this work is done, cutting the sugar cane with the machines. But for those part of the plantation, which is very difficult for the machine to get in, then we still use the machetero.
Bueno, vamos
For protecting himself from the sun, from the insects that he could find in the plantation, and from the leaves of the sugar cane, which is charred. Okay, you can touch it, you can pass it and touch it. Machetero, the way he cut the sugar cane.
Oh, wow.
Sugar cane is sweeter in the lowest part, so that's why it's very important to cut it as close to the soil as possible.
Bueno,
One of the advantages of cutting the sugar cane manually is that they can remove most of the leaves, which is very important for the manufacturing labor.
si cosechar la maquinaria, antes la caña debe ir a un centro de limpieza para retirar no solo las hojas, también otras impurezas y después la producción.
So before the manufacturing, the sugar cane is taken to a place which is necessary to start removing all the leaves. So when they do it here at the plantation, this is something that they already have done. This is 8 and 10 hours a day.
Y logramos cortar alrededor de 2 toneladas y media.
And in a day, they cut about 1.5 or 2 tons each day.
Bueno, una vez que
So it is not necessary to plant it again, because the same plantation we can use it about 5 or 7 years. That's very good.
sacando todo el cauce.
Okay, so let's try it.
Cógela con cuidado.
More or less the same process that you are going to see later. With the machine, we are going to do it with our teeth. Okay? Do not swallow the fiber.
How many months do they cook the cane when it's ready?
Be then more difficult to work in the plantation than it is now. Process begin. So here, as you can see, the gray whale. So it means that they were brought to use the steam machines, you know, and then they are thrown there to take it to the second area, okay, where the process starts. So then, when this process begins, they will not stop. Then it will be 24 hours, 7 days a week during the 5 months.
Bueno, para ello organizar, por supuesto.
After the hammers you already saw, so you see the it's going to come this way, and this is the meal area. So there are 5 meals here in charge of starting pressing more and more the sugar cane to separate the juice and the fiber.
So an interesting thing to note is 10 tons of sugar cane only makes 1 ton of sugar. It's quite amazing. So the sugar stem, like the fiber, it gets processed and sent up to this building up here and is then burned, creates electricity for the whole factory, so it's really self-sufficient.
So then the fiber is not only used for the energy of the factory, but for making paper, cardboard as well, artificial wood for feeding animals. So it means that everything is used from the sugar cane. So in the different process we use everything that we obtain. And then the juice is going to continue to another part, let's say like the kitchen, because then the juice is going to become sugar. Okay, so let's go on. The juice, because maybe so after the process we still have small pieces of the fiber. So then here they clean it. There is a kind of net, then the juice go to the upper part, and then this rest of the fiber stay in the lowest part. So here then we are going to obtain the molasses for the first time, because it is necessary to start eliminating as much as water as possible. 75% of the water is eliminated here. It's here where we are going to start seeing already the crystals, the first crystals. Then the sugar we obtain at the end is the one that is darker, which is then if we wanted to refine it, then it is necessary to take it to a refinery. This is not a process made here. Okay. So then at the end of the process we obtain sugar, and then we have the molasses, and then with the molasses we make what? Rum. Okay, so we obtain different kinds of alcohol for using in the pharmacy, and well, rum as well. And the molasses is used for feeding animals as well. It's very good for feeding animals. Beans, so it has been explained very simple, but it takes 24 hours the whole process. From the beginning to here, 24 hours.
So we're about to try some Guarapo juice, which is the sugarcane juice made fresh here by crushing the sugar canes, and it produces a jug full of liquid. So apparently it's just sugar water, so we'll see how it is. Taste test. Guarapo juice. Out of 10? 10! So we get a little ride on the steam train now, apparently.
de lograr tienen el box a un Armando Dueñas que enseñó muy buena velocidad ya y ahora en el link 12 ponchó a los 3 hombres que enfrentó.
So the guy down there just changed the track so we go a different way. I would love to get in there right now. It is baking hot here in Varadero or Cardenas.
Dat zien die krabben voor bij ons het essen.
The bottle of rum.
Bueno, mis amigos.
Okay, so this is the end of the tour, and she's thanking you to all of you for the visit to this museum.
Bueno, el ron.
So this is this rum, Santero, okay, which is a white rum that is mostly used here for cocktails because it's stronger. All right, so you can use it for cocktails or drink it just like this with ice. You just.
So this is our complimentary bottle of rum from the museum. White rum, good for mixing with cocktails. And that's the Sugar Factory, back on the bus with our rum.
Most of the time it's very difficult to drive here in Cardenas because of the amount of bikes and the amount of tour that we are going to visit this rum factory in Cardenas. I'm sure you have heard about Havana Club because Havana Club is the rum symbol of our country. So the previous name, the original name when it was founded, the Havana Club, it was Arrechavala because Arrechavala was the name of the family that founded this rum. So this is the factory we are going to visit today. This is in use, okay? Because there we produce the rum Perla del Norte and the rum Varadero. They are produced there. You know, if there is something that we really have in Cuba, this is rum. Sometimes we don't find food, but we always find rum. Yeah, that's why we have to drink. No way. Yeah. And there was always you see this place is being restored. This is part of heritage, part of Cardenas history. And there was always a church in all the squares. In those years we were still colonized by Spain, so in Spain they were those governors who welcome to the Cardenas Rum Factory, which is one of those that belong to the Cuba Rum Corporation.
So we've just done a quick sniff test.
So then, welcome to this area, which is the aging process, which is very important. It's key in this rum manufacturing. So then this is a process of more than 100 years, and this is where we have as well. This is the way of having a better taste quality. So the previous process we explained that we have we we obtain the fire water and the alcohol. So those are the ones that used here and put in those American white oak barrels. So they are going to combine those alcohol that were part of the distillation process obtained. Then at the other side here, there will be a kind of combination with the wood of the bottle. There will be chemical reactions. Is that they do not add any chemical component to change the flavor, maybe the smell. So this this process is what we are going to, because of the chemical reactions, we are going to obtain then different smells and colors. So as we say that this is a natural and spontaneous process, just putting it in the barrels. After 1 year, it will have that color already, and 3 years this one. So then, depending, because of that chemical reaction, then there will be changes in the color and in the smell. This is the first stage, which is with fresh fire water. Okay, so the second stage, they are going to, remember, the first is just fresh fire water, to put the fresh fire water in the barrel. And the second one, they are going to mix the alcohol obtained in the distillation column, part of this first stage, a kind of sugar, alcohol and water. So then they mix all of this and then they put it in the bottle. So from this stage on, depending on what the rum masters want to obtain, they start to mix. So that's why they can create a new rum in different moments, because they try to create as masters. This is then a final product, which is Rum Perla del Norte, which is the one you can read there, okay? Perla del Norte, which is the one produced here in this factory. Carta Blanca, tiene diferentes años.
Esta viene siendo 3, 5, 7.
Carta Blanca, which is 3 years.
Carta
Oro, gold, which is 5 years.
Sí.
And el otro?
Añejo, 7 años más.
And the other one, which is what we call añejo, which has been aged 7 years. So 3, 5, and 7 years. So you see that more time, darker. It gets darker. In the boxes. They put it in the boxes. They make the boxes here, and then they put the bottles inside.
So we finished the tour of the Rum Factory, and now we're going for a rum taste test. And I think it's in this building here with a large barrel outside. Apparently this is one of the oldest buildings in Cadenas, because this was the first thing here, really, the Rum Factory. So I'm going to go for a taste test, let you know how it is. Here we are at the rum tasting.
Trying the rum is very important for knowing and recognizing the physical and chemical reactions. If all the components that they should have.
It's strong.
Correct. So when you roll it like this, well, you will realize that there are drops that go down faster and the rest of them slower. And it is then the different components it has. Health, love, and friendship.
So we got a few, a small glass of rum each, very strong. It was a 3-year-old rum, white rum. Burnt your throat going down, but apparently it was quite nice. I'm not that much of a rum drinker. We're just walking to the seafront now. We've got 10 minutes before we go for some lunch. Over there on the far side, and if you can see in the distance, that is Varadero Peninsula. So we've just stopped off for a bite to eat in the Don Kiko Restaurante in Cadenas. So we're having vegetable and chicken soup to start off with, fish, rice, beans, salad, and then a dessert afterwards. We also have a fruit punch included and a house cocktail, which will probably be a mojito.
Kiwi.
Oh, it's sweet. Is this something in it or just chicken?
I'll let you have the first try.
Festival
Danke.
mojito, fish, rice, beans. There was dessert there. It's all gone. We stopped off in the Casa del Ron.
Sí, donde sí, ¿verdad?
Seven-year rum, 33% alcohol. Elixir. It's quite sweet. Vanilla and cinnamon.
So this is this rum.
Go there and taste it. Is it? Black teas, chocolate, coffee and some spices. Test. Coffee liqueur. Chocolate liqueur. Brandy liqueur. Good.
Okay, so the one in blue, which is Curacao, Azul, the name is made with the orange peel. So the idea is same thing. Give a quarter to a cocktail. This blue color. All right. So how are you now?
And that was a quick half an hour of rum tasting. So we've got 20 minutes now in Varadero Boulevard, where we were yesterday. So we're going to head back to the Casa del Chocolate to buy some chocolate because it was so good yesterday. And then after that, we're off to Varadero Marina, where we get to watch them make cigars by their hands, handmade cigars. So stick around. Chocolate so much yesterday, we're back again. Today we had lemon filled ones and hazelnut, almond. Sure, almond? 1 cup, 10 pieces for 100 cup. 100 Cuban peso. Works out to be about 89 pence on the black market exchange. I might as well walk through here. So that was the quick stop off in Varadero again, and apparently we are now on the way to the Marina, Varadero Marina, where we get to witness handmade cigars
in our country. So now we go to the Marina. Now you have learned today about sugarcane, about sugar, about rum, and now we are going to learn about cigars. Regarding the rum, we haven't finished.
Here we are at Varadero Marina. So if you were to get a catamaran tour to Cayo Blanco, this is where you pick it up from. So we've got a bit of free time before our cigar tour starts, so in half an hour we have to meet back up. But there's catamarans for days. It's a bit cloudy now this afternoon. Apparently there's a cold front coming in according to our guide, but tomorrow will be even hotter. So apparently Cuba spent millions of pounds developing this area, the marina, the hotels, and then Trump got into power, took away all the kind of things that Obama had put in place, restrictions on travel were back in, and they're just rotting here now, the marina. Beyond this, there's another full marina that's completely empty with no boats in it. On this side there's only the catamarans, and over there you can see the odd fishing boat. Just come into the first supermarket we've seen with stocked shelves. $4.35 for some tinned tomatoes. Ketchup, your olive oils, your mayonnaise. $7 extra virgin olive oil. $11. $13. Just got to the supermarket, a pack of chili cheese funkies, some sort of crisps, and an orange cheese. $5.
This is the first time we've seen orange juice.
First time we've seen orange juice in Cuba. Can't pay by cash, only card. Dollars. Shit! This is us in the cafe in the Marina where they do the tobacco and the coffees. That's it.
Roller for many years, and then he's the one in charge of this activity, and he's the one who is going to show you the way we make cigars in Cuba. So then you are going to see the way we make cigars and the way we mix cigar and rum as well. So this one is the one that is going to make the cigar stronger or lighter. And this is the one that is in the upper part of the plant. That's why the color. This is the darkest one.
Miren esta que tiene otro color.
So you see.
En la parte media de la planta.
This one is the one we find in the middle. So you see
esta va
the color.
Va a dar el sabor. El sabor.
This is the one that is going to give us the flavor. You see.
Esta va a dar la aroma y la combustión.
And this is the one that is going to give us the aroma and the combustibility. This is the one in the lowest part of the plant.
Ahora, la combinación entre esas hojas es lo que determina la marca de abajo que se va a realizar.
So the mixture among these three leaves is what is going to give us the brand and if the cigar is stronger or lighter. The way of combining is what makes us the brand and the strength as well.
Entonces, esta es la hoja que cubre el exterior de la bamba, la ropa. Esta es una hoja que es la que se cultiva tapada bajo tela, que es una hoja fina, elástica, la que le da la belleza.
And this is the wrapper, the one I told you. So no sun. That's why you see it is more. It's the finest one. It is elastic. That's why, as you can see here, it is protected, very well protected, because it has to keep their properties.
La vena central de la hoja, porque aquí es donde se encuentra la mayor concentración de nicotina.
So first of all, it is very important to remove the central vein, because here we have the 90% of nicotine. So you're going to know today the secret of the Monte Cristo number 2. So the number 4. The cigars. The Cuban cigars are related to different personalities of our country or not. Because we have, for example, Romeo and Juliet, which is related to Churchill. For example, Al Capone, it is related to the Partagas. This is the one he used to smoke. Fidel Castro related to Cohiba, Espléndido, and we've got Che Guevara as well related to Monte Cristo number 4, which is the one he's going to make today. Monte Cristo number 4 is the second best brand of cigars. The first one is Cohiba. The second one, Monte Cristo. Okay. He's going to take the whole leaf of the lowest part, the one that gave us the aroma and the combustibility, and as well of the one that gave us the flavor.
Y como el Montecristo es una línea de habano que es de fortaleza media, que no es ni suave ni fuerte, va a estar conformado solamente por media hoja de la hoja de la parte superior de la planta, que da la fortaleza en la hoja.
So, because of this leaf, the cigar is going to be stronger or not. And the Monte Cristo is not that strong, it's not that light, so that's why he has used half of the leaf. The Monte Cristo number 4 is a small cigar. So that's why he breaks the leaves, and then he's going to put it once again. The one that gives the aroma next to the one that gives the aroma, like this. So this is the secret then of Monte Cristo. If it had another kind of mixture, another way of mixing the leaves, it's not Monte Cristo. Okay?
Entonces, lo enroscamos y así conformamos el cuerpo, la parte interna de la hoja.
And this is what we call the body of the cigar. I say Monte Cristo. Monte Cristo is the brand, and I say number 4 because this is the size. Okay, so you're going to find different kinds of Monte Cristo, and it means that it is different size. Okay.
Entonces lo ponemos en un molde, cada marca tiene su molde y estos moldes se va a presionar manualmente durante 45 minutos.
So each brand and each side has its own mold that is they're going to put here for about 40, half an hour, 45 minutes.
Pasado ese tiempo.
So after then they will have the shape.
Está listo ahora para poner el vestido, la quinta hora.
And then it is ready to add the wrapper. The lid, remember, the one that is very well protected from the sun. Which is that makes it, you see, it is elastic, so it is then a very good one to roll it. Now each leaves have a fermentation process, which is what makes give them its characteristics.
Ahora vamos a vestirlo y para darle terminación usamos un pegamento especial que se obtiene del árbol nacional de Canadá. No tiene olor, no tiene sabor.
This is a colorless. I mean, a glue without color, without flavor, which is made from the maple tree. So those people from Canada, you know about it, yeah?
Ahora vamos a
so there is something of you there.
Conformar la cabeza de la vaina. Esta es la parte que va a ir para la boca.
It is necessary to use the glue. Because remember then it is rolled and it is necessary to keep it there until the moment we are going to smoke it, that we have to cut the head. And then he's going to add the hat. That's the hat.
Una vez terminado, ahora se recorta a medida exacta.
Then he's going to cut it exactly, taking into account the size of the Monte Cristo number 4.
Queda listo para fumar.
And it is ready to smoke. All right. Size of the Monte Cristo number 2.
So we've just watched how they made the cigars, and now we're having some rum. Rum is supposed to warm your mouth up in preparation of the temperature of the cigar, and then you smoke the cigar. The coffee was to cleanse the palate. Rum, heat up the mouth. Cigar.
There, keep going, keep going, keep puffing, keep puffing, keep puffing, keep going. You're getting it.
Cigar, baby.
Good job!
Right. So it's actually well known, the more ash you have on your cigar, the more professional you are. Here in Cuba they have competitions to see who can hold on most ash. Oh no, we're a good day out. Oh. There we are, back on the bus. There we have it, just been dropped off by the bus. The Cuban Cigar the Cuban sugar, tobacco and rum tours done. Well worth it in my opinion. So it's now 5:30. We got picked up at 7:45, so a full day. $85 per person through Gaviota tours. We booked it through our hotel reception, but there's also a website you can book on. Well worth it, well recommended. See you on the next one. So before you go, I have actually put a few minutes footage of the bus tour where the lady's given us a rundown of Cuba's history. So if you're interested, give this a watch.
The history of sugar, because it has changed with the pass of the years, and in the same way you're going to learn about Cuba's history, because the production of sugar is very related to our history. You know, we were colonized by Spain for about 4 centuries. So this is the reason why, one of the reasons why we don't have the native Cuban population is because of the mistreatment by the Spanish. You know that Cuba was, it is said, Cuba was discovered by Christopher Columbus in the year 1492. But then there are historians who say that Cuba was not discovered because Cuba already existed, like America, I mean, yeah? We already have a population here. It was not a discovery, but an encounter of 2 different cultures. The Spanish one and the Aboriginals one, this population we had here. So after, I mean, in the moment they almost get rid of the Aboriginals, because they used them as slaves. Then they decided to bring people from Africa. So then the slavery continued in our country, and well, this is the reason why Cuba today, I mean the people, is the result of the Spanish, the Aboriginals as well, because there are people who preserve the tradition, culture, although the population doesn't exist. But we have from Africa, African people as well, and well, from French, Chinese. So Cuba is a mixture of culture, traditions, food, in everything. We have a little bit of different countries.